Hi, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Alexine. I'm from the United States, and I volunteered at the clinic for 3 weeks.
How was the local A Broader View coordinator and support provided in country?
So the coordinator was Shadrach, and he was fantastic. Every need that I had was taken care of. I never felt like I was in trouble or that if I needed help, I always felt like I had a good resource that I could ask.
What was the most surprising thing you experienced in the program?
For me, the most surprising thing was probably just the way that medicine works in rural Africa as opposed to how it works in America. It's very different here. A lot of their procedures and practices mimic ours, but are very different in the way they're carried out.
What was the most surprising thing you experienced in the host family?
I guess the most surprising thing would be how much they eat. I was not used to the portion size, so I had to adjust to that.
Were you surprised about anything in the country?
I think the most surprising thing in the country is people's reaction to my being a foreigner, especially a white foreigner. I knew that it was going to be present, but it kind of got taken to a level that I didn't expect. A lot of people would think they could just ask me for things or ask me for money on the street, so that happened a lot.
What was the most challenging thing you experienced in the program?
For me, the most challenging thing was the flow of the clinic. The clinic had a lot of staff, and so I felt like it was hard for me to fit into the schedule. I worked in 3 different sections in the clinic, and in each one there was different things to do, but I often felt that I wasn't being very helpful as a volunteer.
Did you have any challenges in the country?
I think the most challenging thing was it was kind of isolating, being far away from home in a place where I didn't speak the language. So that's always a challenge whenever you're traveling somewhere. So it wasn't too bad.
Any tips for future volunteers like clothing and donations?
I would say if you're working in the clinic, definitely bring a lot of hand sanitizer and a lot of gloves because they really don't have that many, and when you come to the clinic and when you leave the clinic, they expect a lot of donations, and I definitely didn't bring enough, so I would suggest that you bring a suitcase full.
Can you tell us briefly a personal paragraph about the experience you had?
Yes, so I loved my experience in Ghana. It's a beautiful country. The people here are very warm and welcoming. My stay with the family was excellent. They are so amazing and so caring. And I would definitely recommend coming to Ghana to any of my friends in the future.
Did you travel to see any interesting places in Ghana? Can you tell us?
Yes, so we went to Bodie Falls, Kakum National Forest. We went to Cape Coast Castle. We went to the Volta region to see another waterfall and to climb the tallest mountain in West Africa. So we went all over the place, and everywhere we went was gorgeous. The history here is incredible, and to see the natural sights was something that I really, really treasured.
How can you describe your accommodation and your meals?
The accommodation was fantastic. It was actually much better than I was expecting. We had even a toilet, so that was like way better than I thought it was going to be. And it was always very comfortable, and I always felt very safe. And the meals were delicious. They were exceptionally prepared, and I always felt well fed.
How was the US support prior traveling? Who helped you with emails, phone calls, and chat online?
So Sarah helped me beforehand. I, for some reason, received less emails than my counterpart who was here, even though we were involved in the same program. I'm not really sure why this happened to me, but there was some information that I didn't have before coming that she did, and I didn't find out until I spoke with her about it.
How did you find a Broader View website, and what keywords did you use?
I just Googled volunteer abroad EMT, and it just happened to be one of the ones that looked the most appealing for me.
Are you willing to speak to other potential Ebola volunteers?
Definitely.
Thank you for volunteering with us.
Thank you.